So we understood this. Now let's get into the next set of numbers. So prime numbers, list of prime numbers, and format of prime numbers is what we are going to deal now, right? I'm taking it quite slowly. Usually all these things that we have done in the three classes, squares and numbers and so on and so forth, I usually cover in half an hour for others. Okay, I've covered for in under 3 hours for you. So that's a pace in which I'm going through. So don't bother much. I'll be continuing with that pace. Lockdown has given us a lot of time. Chalo, prime numbers. So what do we mean by prime number? Most of you will know what the exact answer is, right? A prime number typically is a number which is divisible by 1 and the number itself. So a prime number is a number which is divisible by 1 and the number itself. Okay, so which implies that, okay, so before we get into prime number, I want you to understand what is a factor and what is a multiple. Factor is a number which can divide. For example, 12. What are the factors of 12? Factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Right? Because all these numbers that you find here can divide 12. Right? And thus they are named as factors. And what is a multiple of 12? Multiple of 12 is 12 ones are, 12 twos are, 12 threes are, and so on. Basically, all those numbers that 12 can divide. Okay? So, reworking on the phrase, factor is a number which can divide a given number. Multiple is a number which number can divide. Okay? So, so a prime number in terms of factor is also defined as a number which has exactly 2 positive factors. And which are these 2 factors? These 2 factors are 1 and the number itself. So that's a prime number which has exactly 2 positive factors. Now, so let's understand list of prime numbers. So I give you all a time period of 30 seconds. Chalo, 30 seconds kam ho gaya na? 1 minute for you to write down all the prime numbers from 1 to 100. So 1 to 100, list down prime numbers. And once you list down, in the chat box, tell me number of numbers you got. Did you get 20 numbers? Did you get 30 numbers? Did you get 23 numbers? So you got to write in the chat box how many numbers you got. List down all the prime numbers in your that you know from 1 to 100 only. Ooh, quick. Many people got it very quick. Either you had the list earlier, or you wrote it now, or you remembered it. Whatever it is, good. So, as many of you have said, we have 25 prime numbers. Okay, if anyone would have got more or less, do a checking, but we have 25 prime numbers. So I'm going to list down the prime numbers for all of you. So prime number begins from 2 and not from 1. Okay, remember that 1 is neither prime nor composite. So there can be only two kinds of numbers. Either it can be prime or it can be composite. Right? So 1 is neither prime nor composite. Just like we said 0 is neither positive nor negative, 1 also follows one kind of a trend, and that is this. 1 is neither prime nor composite. So prime number will always begin with 2, and incidentally, 2 is the only prime number which is even. After that, every other prime number is odd. So 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, 31, 37, 41, 43, 47, 53, 59, 61, 67, 71, 73, 79, 80, 89, 97, 83 also. I left 83. Got it? So we have 25 prime numbers from 1 to 100, with 2 being the smallest and 97 being the largest. Now, do you realize certain things from this prime number? What are your observations? Observation number 1. 2 is the only even number in this list. So that's a simple observation. Now let's look at some other observations. One of the observation is, take any prime number greater than 2. In this list, take any prime number greater than 2. When you divide, so that prime number is either 1 more or 1 less than a multiple of 4. Take any prime number in this list. You will find that prime number either 1 more than or 1 less than a multiple of 3, multiple of 4. For example, 3 is 4 ones are 4 minus 1. 4 ones are 4 plus 1. 4 twos are 8 minus 1. 4 threes are 12 minus 1. 4 threes are 12 plus 1. 4 fours are 16 plus 1. 4 fives are 20 minus 1. So any value here that you have is either 1 more than or 1 less than a multiple of 4. Great. Another observation is any value here which is greater than 3. So this was for value greater than 2. Now let's look at a value greater than 3. Any value which is greater than 3 is 1 more or 1 less than a multiple of 6. 6 ones are 6 minus 1. 6 ones are 6 plus 1. 6 twos are 12 minus 1. 6 twos are 12 plus 1. 6 threes are 18 minus 1. 6 threes are 18 plus 1. 6 fours are 24 minus 1. 6 fives are 30 minus 1. 6 fives are 30 plus 1. 6 six are 36 plus 1. 6 sevens are 42 minus 1. So a value which is greater than 3 is 6k plus 1 or 6k minus 1. Basically, it is 1 less than or 1 more than a multiple of 6. And a value greater than 2 is 1 less or 1 more than a multiple of 4. So they satisfy both these conditions. This is one of the observations that I do not want you to use it anywhere, but keep it because it comes handy one or the other place. Okay? So you can recognize these numbers in this way. Now, are we clear with the list of prime numbers, all of you, and the format? Right. Now, though prime numbers is a very small concept and only this much is left over, there can be questions which can vary in prime numbers. Okay, and we will look at around 2 or 3 such questions. Now, this is the questions. How many solutions are possible for P if P, P plus 2 and P plus 4 are consecutive prime numbers? So these are list of prime numbers which are consecutive, so one after the other. So how many solutions do you think is possible? Do you think 1, 3, 5, more than 5? So look at all your option of prime numbers. So what are you talking about? You're talking about P plus 2 and P plus 4. So let's look at our prime numbers listing. If P is 2, what is P plus 2? Not possible, because P plus 2 is 4 in that case, not a prime number. If P is 3, what is P plus 2? 5. And what is P plus 4? 7. Is it possible? Yeah. So 3, 5, and 7 is possible. So that is one set of value. So if you look at this part, do you realize that each set here differs by 2? Each value in this case differs by 2. So you are in search of 3 values where the difference between each of them is 2. In this list, do you find such 3 values more than once? Do you find a set of 3 values more than once where the difference is 2? No, right? You find it only once. You find it only in the place of 3, 5, and 7. This is the only place where you find 3 values which differ by 2. Except this, there is no other set. So if the question is talking about how many solutions, then what is your answer? Your answer is going to be 1 solution. And what is that solution? 3, 5, and 7 is the only solution. And this is the reason why prime numbers, if you remember, it's always good. It reduces the effort that you're going to put on solving such questions. Okay? Look at this. This is a bit more complicated than the previous one, but still very, very easy. P is a set containing 2 elements. So I have a set which contains 2 elements. Let's say X and Y. And S is equal to X plus Y. So S is nothing but X plus Y. Now it says X, Y, and S all are prime numbers. So all the 3 of them, X, Y, and S, all the 3 of them are prime numbers. Less than 100. Then how many sets is or are possible? Sets of P. So before we end up rejecting whether I can solve this question or not solve this question, let's understand certain things. What are we saying? We are saying S is equal to X plus Y. What is X? Okay. X is a prime number. Y is a prime number. And S is also a prime number. Now let's keep prime number aside for a minute. I know for the fact that a number, any number I take, can be of 2 kinds. One even and one odd. These are the only 2 kinds of numbers I can have. I cannot have any number which is both. Done? So if I'm taking these 2 numbers, then what are my possibilities? That I can have an even plus even. I can have an even plus odd. And I can have an odd plus even. Oh, sorry, odd plus odd. These are the only 3 possibilities, guys. Right? Now, what does even plus even give me? Even. What are you saying? You are saying that X is a prime number, Y is a prime number, Z is a prime number. I mean, S is a prime number. Can you have 3 prime numbers which are even with you? No, you do not have that list at all. Now, what is odd plus odd? Even. Right? So can you have 2 odd numbers giving you a sum of even number in a prime? No. Why? Because the smallest even number you have is 2. You do not have any even number below that, or you do not have any odd number below that. The smallest number itself is 2. So can you give me sum of two odd numbers which are prime and give me a sum of even? No, you can't. Okay, because even if I take 3 plus 5, you're getting an even 8, which is not a prime. So this is also out of your question. So what is left in your hand? Even plus odd. What does even plus odd give you? Even plus odd is always odd. Okay. Now what are you saying? What is the question? You're saying that this even number is prime. You're saying that this odd number is prime. And you're saying that this odd number is also prime. If this even number is prime, what should be that number? Only even number which is prime. There's no other number available. And then you're talking about an odd number here, which should be again an odd number, and both these values should be prime. So basically you're saying 2 plus 3, 5. 2 is prime, 3 is prime, 5 is prime. 2 plus 5, 7. 2 is prime, 5 is prime, 7 is prime. 2 plus 11, 13. 2 is prime, 5 is 11 is prime, 13 is prime. Right? So if I'm looking at these kind of opportunities, can you tell me in the list here, how many such opportunities exist? How many 2 plus exist where the sum is also a prime? Right, Pranita? Others? Right, Kritika. Someone with E 29, 37, 767 as a number. 24, no. You have to take 2 and add another prime number so that that sum is also a prime. Asa, did you understand the question? Okay. Unfortunately, virtual classes gives you an expression where it's unclear always, you know. So that's why I asked you. Sorry. So, so basically 2 plus, so if you look at this, 2 plus 3, right, giving you 5. 2 plus 5 giving you 7. 2 plus 11 giving you 13. 2 plus 17 giving you 19. 2 plus 29 giving you 31. 2 plus 41 giving you 43. 2 plus 59 giving you 61. 2 plus 71 giving you 73. So there are 8 such sets, right, Shubhankar, right, Asa? So all of you got this right. So there are 8 such sets where X and Y are prime, and when I add these two values, I also get an S value, which is a prime. So tell me, tomorrow, if you look at this kind of equation, do I have to rewrite my entire prime numbers? No. I know that there exists 8, and 8 will always be my answer. So these are basically called as, you know, very, very specific questions. Some questions are so specific that the answers will not change. And there cannot be another variation of that question. जो भी variation होगा इसी में होगा, right? It will happen in this and the answers will not change. Clear? Okay. I don't think I will be going, Remjim, I don't think I'll be going towards LCM HCF today.
Yeah, I guess it's already been a long session for everyone.
Long, tiring, and too much of it. They never expected this, I guess.
Yes, so it's better that you can ask them if they have any questions. They can post. Guys, if you have any questions, please post it on the chat of whatever has been taught to you for the next 2-3 minutes, and we'll end the session.
Post it on the chat if you have doubts. Yeah, so if you have doubts, solve them, practice them, you know, spend at least half an hour into doing whatever we are doing. That's it. Don't do much. Don't do beyond. Spend half an hour in doing whatever we are doing. Now you may have a doubt on from where can I search for these content or search for these specific questions. What are the topic? What is the topic that we are doing? Numbers, right? So all you guys have to do is Google, type numbers topic for competitive exams. Don't type numbers topic, because if you type numbers topic, you will get NCERT books, and NCERT books is of no use for competitive exams. Okay? So don't type numbers topic, then NCERT books aayega. So write in numbers topic for competitive exam, and search for PDF files. Okay, they are better than a Word document. Search for a PDF file, and once you get that, practice. In case you still don't find it, then ping one of your mentors, ping Rimjim, and finally ping me. I will send some if you don't find one. Right? Spend half an hour, brush it up, practice. That's more than enough, guys. Don't spend too much of a time on these things because you have others to do. You guys have to keep a routine. Half an hour time for if you are giving for math, then an hour time you have to give for English. 1 hour English. Why that difference? Because English is more in terms of coverage compared to maths in these exams. Okay, so what do I do in English? I read. That's all I do. I read. Okay, so two things that there are obviously English faculties who will teach you, but one thing that we used to tell everyone and we used to do ourselves is we used to read for, let's say, half an hour, a passage or whatever a topic, and then for the next half an hour we used to write down in our own words whatever we read. Okay, once we write down, we reread the passage that we read. We reread the passage we read to see how close were we when we wrote versus what we read. Helps us a lot in reading comprehension. Along with that, these passages will have those words which I do not know the meaning of it. So I will have the vocabulary done, right? And these good passages will always have a good grammar out there. So I'll have a grammar done. Smaller passages are nothing but my critical reasoning. So my critical reasoning is done. So you realize that in that half an hour, I've done everything. Critical reasoning ka critical reasoning, grammar ka grammar, vocab ka vocab, and RC ka RC. That's the idea. You don't go chasing one single cat types. Okay? Right, guys?
Okay.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you. I didn't see anyone posting any questions. Anyways, if you realize you have doubts later, you can post it on the group, post it to me, post it to sir, and we'll definitely respond back to it. You can watch this video on our Ignite India Education channel on YouTube if you have missed any parts of it or to revise it. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you, Anand sir, for taking
Thanks,
this.
Rimjim. Thanks a lot. And guys, those who have watched the videos or attended the class here, I have a request that if you can, when this video gets posted in the LinkedIn, if you like the class, click the like button. At least I know that you're liking the class.
Yeah, click the like button, press the bell button. Do something. You are our students. Like, share it with your friends, and please subscribe to the channel.
Right. Thank you, guys. Good night. Good sleep. See you soon.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Good night, everyone. Good night. Bye, sir.
Bye, Rimjim. Thanks, Anika. Thanks, Shubhankar.
Bye.
Bye.